y'all.
Hi, I'm R.H. Snow coming to you live from my Boudoir of Bodaciousness and my Dubble-wide of Doom. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about indie creators. That's right, independent creators who aren't published through traditional publishing. And first of all, we want to say that if you're actually a traditional publisher or you've been published traditionally, that's fantastic. You have something to be really proud of. You found someone who wants to front your content for you, who believes in your product and believes in you, and actually believes that they have something to sell. Their primary thing that they want to do is they want to sell. And so you have found a marketable product, and we are really proud for you. However, there are a lot of us out here that are into the independent creation, and we want to keep control of the product that we're making. We don't want to have to answer to an editor who feels that our content may be too controversial, or it may be too dark, or maybe it's just not what they're looking for at this time. And so we've decided to go the independent route. And that means for a lot of us, it means self-publishing. For some of us, it means actually going to indie houses and getting our content published there. And for some of us, like me, I actually started my own little publishing company so I could have complete control over my product. In this case, my product being Watcher the Damned, because I knew my series was going to have a lot of deep subjects, very controversial in some places. It has a lot of interesting characters. They also say a lot of crazy things sometimes. As a result, I knew that I didn't want an editor to come back and go, well, you can't write this character that way, or you can't have this singing this way because somebody might find it controversial. I didn't want to have to answer to that. I didn't want to have to change my story to satisfy a person who was trying, obviously, to make some money off of the product. And so I wanted to remain true to the first vision I had. So I decided to go in a different direction than traditional publishing. And there are a lot of us out there, not just in novels, but also in art, in music, and everywhere else. It's a really exciting time to be a creator because there's so many avenues available to us. I love the fact that, I was able to get my stuff out there. I was literally able to get out and get 6 books published in less than a year. And this is because of my team, Melanie Callahan, Cynthia Davis, Laura R. Morris, my beta reader, Daniel Snow, able to actually get our content in front of the Prometheus Awards Committee, and they nominated it for Best Novel of the Year, and that's fantastic. But you still have to find readers, and it's really hard. You can have a critically acclaimed piece of work, but you still have to find people to buy it or to look at it, at least. Even if you're giving it away, you want your work to be out there and to be noticed. And so in doing this, I tried to find other creators that were out there marketing, doing things, and see what they did and look at what they do. And one of them, of course, that I talk about frequently is Herman P. Hunter, who's an excellent author and is also taking this route with independent creation. And through Mike Miller's Discord, I've met a lot of people in the comics book industry that are out there right now putting their work on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and have their books all over the place being funded. And one of the things I noticed when I was looking at their stuff is I was like, wow, there's a certain guy that shows up with everything. What is he doing here? And actually, I found that his name is PixelTraitor. He is one of the hub creators for IndieCron. Actually, that's his baby, IndieCron.com. He has helped them gather up almost $200,000 worth of funding for various projects, sorts of wonderful comic book creators that have done great work. And I noticed his name on so many of them, and I was like, wow, who is that? He was on one of our Drawn and Quartered fan edition, where I'm on a panel with other people, and we draw pictures of other indie creators' work and get it out there as kind of a fun way to get them more exposure. And when he was on, he drew this picture of this incredible snail. I had never seen one like it before. I was like, he's like Gary from SpongeBob, but he's roided up and looks sort of like Rambo. He's got a gun and everything. I was like, that's really cool. And that was original content by this creator, is PixelTraitor. And so I went ahead and I bought it. So I got it in the mail. And so I got to discussing with him what he's doing, which is primarily for comics artists and trying to get their work out there. And when he talked to me, he told me that he had a page, and I went and looked at it. He's not just a marketer, he's also an artist. So one of the things I love to do is I love to find talent, and so I went and I picked up my little cart and I bought something from him, and look, I got it in the mail. That's why I'm here today, to actually unveil this with you here, because I did open it earlier because this is a really hard package to open because he really packaged it really well. And I wanted to show you because this is what indie content looks like nowadays. Wonderful packaging, did great. This is my first comics card that I've ever bought, so I'm a collector now. I do have some works from Gary Shipman also, who's another independent creator, and you may have heard of him. He's an Eisner Award winner, has done Batman and several other characters, and now is working indie, and that's one of the ways I actually saw PixelTraitor first, was through the group that was working with Gary Shipman. But so here is Pixel's work, and I ordered my metal card of this wonderful little snail. If you look at him, isn't he great? He's like Critical Snail. Super awesome. You're not going to jack with him too much. He's finally had enough, man. He's finally had enough. And so I've got Critical Snail. I got stickers and one for my laptop, because I might be slow to get started, but I eventually get where I'm going. So yay for Critical Snail. And so one of the reasons I wanted to show you this is because this is what indie content looks like nowadays. For a long time, people actually thought that indie content was like just, you know, cheap paper and somebody drew some stick figures on it or something. No, this is quality here, guys. This is actually a wonderful metal card. There's great printing on it. There's great artwork. Indie creators are doing some fantastic things out there. So I want you to start looking at these indie creators and their content. Go to his website. I'll link it below in the links. That's IndieCron.com, where he's helping other people to get their work out there. But I wanted to help him get his work out there to show you that indie creators are doing some incredible things. With that in mind, I wanted to talk a little bit about our content as well. Book 7 is going through formatting right now. We're very excited. Should have it out in a couple of weeks, I hope. We'll see. Wonderful work by Melanie. Thank you so much for getting that done. We also, this will be the Purgatory Papers. So we have that dossier with all of our first series characters coming out, and that includes everybody from our main characters to some side characters and their backstories and everything that's going on with them, all written up in sort of a D&D role player format, because I love using that format to figure out what my characters are doing, and it helps me write them up. And then we've also got the podcast coming along. I'm still trying to cut this stuff. It's really hard because I had to change my studio around. So now I'm actually having to come in here and do it, and the fans are going. So I'm trying to figure out how to record it without a whole lot of noise going on. So we're going to do that, and it should be out this next couple of weeks. And then lastly, I've got 50,000 words written for Trail of Travail, which is the first in the second series of Watcher the Damned. First series being Watcher the Damned Watcher, with books 1 through 6, and the second series being Watcher of the Damned Wanderer, with books 8 through, I guess it's going to be 13 now. Geez, we'll find out how many books are in that series. It's going to be 5 or 6, I'm not sure yet. But definitely going to be looking forward to that. And I just wrote a scene so disgusting. I love my monsters in this book because they're all based on cryptids from Texas folklore and from around the world. And this one was so gross. I nearly got sick after I wrote it. My main character threw up. It was so bad. And so I love it. I like writing horror. I like writing that uncanny valley experience that you have with something that's so strange that you've never seen it before. And it was just weird, and I was really grossed out by it. But I hope you like it, reading it, because it's really, really a scary monster to me. You have to have lived in Texas to be scared by something like this, but I'm scared of it, so I wrote it. And anyhow, so that's what we're doing on the content creation side. And so I wanted to put that out there with you. Go out there and see what indie content is out there. Not just novels, but also art and music. We have wonderful, wonderful artists and musicians with us in this project, and I'm so proud of their work. And we're going to be doing some more work. I've got some sort of rough drafts out there on some original music. We're hoping to get those done with a more professional tone, so that way we can actually have a real live, honest-to-God soundtrack to go with the music for the series, Watcher the Damned. And I've already got it all written up, and you can listen to it on my playlist that I have set aside for Watcher the Damned original music. And so we're going to be working on that this summer as well, and getting more content out for that. So this is Art Snow from my Boudoir of Bodaciousness and my Dubble-wide of Doom, just saying thank you so much for visiting me. I love you. I hope you're enjoying our original content, and I look forward to seeing more stuff from you. And we'll talk to you next week. Until then, I love you. Bye-bye.